lately I've been thinking a lot about something in particular that I wanted to talk about with you guys, and that's the idea or the practice of fasting. So for me, fasting is something that I've actually done my entire life. I can hardly remember an age where I wasn't fasting. Lately in the wellness industry, though, I've noticed that it's kind of picking up traction as something to do for your health. And while I've been monthly practicing fasting for my entire life, I have recently started this more lifestyle diet change of fasting, which is intermittent fasting. The one that I've done for 22 years is slightly different. It's not based off of how much fat your body can burn and how much time and all of that. It's for spirituality. And so I just want to talk about both of those and how they have helped me in my life and what I've found and how to fast. Now, I have to say I'm in no way a nutritionist. I'm not a nutrition coach. I'm just telling you what has worked for me, and maybe something I say will stick with you and you'll want to apply it into your own lifestyle. So stick with me for a second and we'll jump right into it. I'll tell you first about the more health and physical wellness type of fasting that I've recently started doing. That fasting is referred to as intermittent, and what it is it takes the concept of how after you eat, your digestive system is absorbing those nutrients for a few hours after you eat. After it's done absorbing, then it goes into I think it's called homeostasis. It's just kind of flatline, not doing anything exactly. I'm not really doing anything at that time. It's not until after those certain number of hours, which I believe is about 8 to 12 hours, that your body actually starts turning to its resources towards burning fat that you have stored in your body. That's why your body stores the fat, so that it can burn it when it needs energy. That's all that calories are. So intermittent fasting is allowing your body time between meals to actually go into that fat burning state. So how I like to do it is by having only about 2 meals a day. Now, I know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so they say, but I found that doing this intermittent fasting, I have so much more energy, I feel healthier, I am starting to look healthier, and it's just benefited me overall. So what I do is I wait either between 14 to 16 hours between my last meal of a day to my first meal of a day, which means I'll probably have a brunch around 10 o'clock in the morning and then have dinner around 6 and then not eat after I have dinner, and then just wait until the next morning once the right amount of time has passed. With intermittent fasting, I found that I actually don't even feel true hunger until it's close to the end of those 15 or 16 hours. Sorry, I need to sneeze. Excuse me. So with intermittent fasting, I've found that when it is during my eating hours that I don't have to try too hard to make better choices as to what I'm eating. I want to be healthier because once it comes to that first meal of the day and I truly am feeling hungry, then my body knows that what it needs is fuel. It's not just looking for anything to satiate boredom or all the other reasons why we eat when we don't really need to. In the past, when I was in high school, I did have a little bit of an eating, well, not a little bit, I had an eating disorder to the point that I was about 30 pounds lighter than I am now. I'm in no way overweight right now. I want to be a little bit healthier, but 30 pounds, I was frail. And it was just this way of controlling, is something that I had control over. And I thought that I would be happier being that skinny, and honestly, it wasn't happier. I was obsessing over food. I wasn't enjoying other things. What I was putting inside was the only thing on my mind, and it wasn't a good time. And being too skinny for what your body needs to be, I experienced some physical signs that my body was kind of screaming at me, you need to stop this. Some of those were hair loss, especially around here, just kind of thinning of the hair. I also noticed, which was weird, but my arms got hairier, and when I kind of looked into that, it's because the body doesn't have any other way to keep itself warm, so it tries to in that way. I also lost my period for a few months, which, you know, the first time I missed it, I should have stopped, but I just couldn't. So it's been a few years since that, which is why I felt comfortable trying the intermittent fasting, because I hate restricting. I hate keeping food journals. I hate restricting portion-wise. I hate having to sit down to a meal and think, oh, I can only have so much of this. With the intermittent fasting, it's just waiting to eat until your body actually needs it. And then when you, like I said, when you are eating, it's so much easier to listen to your body. And that's what I found, is I'm just listening to my body. And once I am eating for the day, I am so much more in tune. Now, the type of fasting that I've been practicing all my life is very much more spiritually focused. As a part of my faith, I fast monthly for 24 hours. So with intermittent fasting, you're fasting about 12 to 16 hours, and it's just physically letting your body get through what you've already fed it and put all of that to use, and then let your body go through its natural process of burning the fat and cleansing and detoxing. But with spiritual fasting, I do it for 24 hours. So if I eat dinner on Thursday night, then I'm not going to eat until dinner the following day. And with spiritual fasting, it's not something that you just, it gets till noon the next day and you haven't eaten yet and think, oh, I just won't eat till dinner. It's not like that. It has to be done with prayer and meditation, and the purpose of it is to really align yourself with whatever understanding you have of the universe, however you understand the universe. For me, it's God. It's my heavenly Father. He's the creator. He created this earth for us, and with spiritual fasting, you have to have a purpose, and you have to make a conscious, use it as a conscious conversation with your God. And I mean, I can totally testify that it works. It's made such an impact on my life, and you really are connecting yourself with something more powerful and something stronger and divine. And abstaining from food during that time really allows you to focus on other things. It teaches you that there are other things out there that can sustain you, that give you life. Food is amazing fuel, and after the spiritual fast, you have more gratitude for having that blessing in your life. But it teaches you that you have control, you have agency, you have willpower. And it's not just about not having food. It allows you to recognize that there are other things that are important in life. Rather than just always focusing on what your next meal is, you start to see everything else. You start to notice the little things, and you become more in tune. And that's what it's done for me. My parents taught me how to fast. It's a part of my religion. With that fasting, one aspect of it that I think is really important is to take the money that you would have been putting towards those meals and put it to some other cause. The best way to forget about your own pain and suffering is to serve others, to look outside of yourself and make that offering. So that's the type of fasting that I've been doing my whole life. And it wasn't until recently that I realized that there is more benefit to it, that there's a physical side to it. Our spirit and our physical body aren't separate. Together is what makes the soul. I think C.S. Lewis was the one that said, I don't have a soul, I have a body, I am a soul. And it's just this concept of it's the divine and the physical that make you amazing and incredible, that you have a body, and it's just beautiful. So I just wanted to share with you guys all of that. It was on my mind because I just found it ironic that lately it's become more of a trend to recognize fasting as beneficial, and it's something I've done my entire life. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to talk to you about them, and let me know your own experiences with fasting, how it's impacted your life, both physically and spiritually. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you around. Bye.